Check, welcome back. Beyond the Gray Media, Josh here checking in with you out there in YouTube land. I hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a great day. I am not. I'm going to go off on a little bit of a tangent, and I have a couple confessions to make. I'm going to get to them in just a second, and then I'm going to go over some things that I absolutely won't upgrade that I actually hate. I'm going to talk about some TV stuff that is just kind of like personal things I've noticed, and then also like 5 Blu-rays that I don't want to upgrade to 4K or I don't think deserve an upgrade to 4K. So hang out for that. Instead of reviewing a movie that I love, I had kind of a crap day. And hopefully it comes across on YouTube. I feel like I'm a positive person. I don't think I ever wake up in a bad mood, which is a blessing. I don't have a lot of wood around. I just wake up. I love my family. I love my job. I love my pets. I love my friends. I've just been blessed. You know, I love movies. I love music. I just wake up. I don't know. I want to make people's day better. That's kind of my thing. I hope it comes across that way on YouTube. I'm just a positive guy. I try to be anyway. Some people are like, man, that guy's a real jerk. That would suck. So I had a bad day. I had a really bad day, and it's out of my control. There's nothing I can do about it till tomorrow. Everything's fine, but yeah, instead of going through and reviewing something that I wanted to, I don't think that I have the brain space to really get into the weeds with it. So we're just gonna rant. A couple confessions coming up. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys. You look great. Everything you're supposed to be doing, you're doing, and I'm proud of you. Hit that like button, subscribe, talk some mess down there, follow me on social media, whatever you want to do. Let's get into it. So the first confession was when I went on vacation. Like a lot of people, when you go on vacation, you have the best time with your family. You build up, you pack, you get so ready. I had 10 days off. That never happens to me. Like once a year, maybe, if I'm lucky. And then you're on a high, you eat bad food, you overindulge in so many different ways, and you have the best time, and then you come back and you're like, back to the grind. And YouTube, I was away from a little bit, and I just got kind of complacent where I noticed that I wasn't really happy with the intro, and I messed up some of the parts that I didn't like, and I didn't want to fix it. I was just like, I'll just shorten it for now. It's fine. I want to get a couple of videos out there, and not really proud of that moment. And then kind of a part B, confession 1A, and then 1B is my camera. It updated like 2 weeks ago, I guess, because it sent me an email or something. It notified me, and I was getting ready to film that collection video for a few days. I was filming it, kind of putting it together, and I realized that it wasn't in 4K. And so for like 2 weeks and that's small stuff, but there's a major difference going from 1080p, the lowly 23 frames per second, to 2160, p, and then 60 frames per second. So hopefully that's fixed. You get a computer, you just hope it just updates, and man, I'm horrible. So that's the first 2 confessions, I guess. Let's talk about TVs. I hate LG. Life Geeks, Life's Good, whatever you want to call them. I'm a hater. I don't like them. Everybody and their mom has the CX or the Evo, the new C4, whatever it is. They're like, this is the best, the deepest blacks, the most saturation, the most vivid color. It's crap. It's a decent TV, but if you have the top of the line Samsung, the OLED, not the little crystal, and people will compare rates and, refresh ratios and all that stuff. I'm not a total guru, but I'm very good at setting up TV. I'm very proficient, I will say. Everybody that comes over to my house, my whole life, they're like, man, how do you get your TV to look like that? I annoy people with it because it's a science. I calibrate it, I dial it in. It's dial it in. Sometimes I have to change it per movie because that's just how some movies look. But for the most part, just not flat, but flat oh my God. I hate LGs. My parents have this TV. I go to their house. I try to dial it in for a football game, or it's Thanksgiving. We're trying to watch a movie, and it looks like trash, dude. The color's fine. It is kind of dark, but the sharpness and it just doesn't look good. God forbid if you had a 4K, but if you're streaming or trying to run DirecTV or something, those always don't look great. But I brought over 1917, an amazing looking 4K on most systems, and it just looks horrible. Not a Blu-ray, a 4K. So then my parents come over to my house, we're doing a barbecue or something, and I write down the settings for my brother. I'm like, dude, this is what you want. Dial your sharpness, your brightness, you got to mess with your your vivid modes, your smoothing rates. They used to have the Sony Bravia, and they were big Sony people my whole life, and I think Sony's pretty decent, but I always look at LG as just crap, and there's that FOMO that everyone's using it, and so I feel like I'm missing out. And then when I go and I look at them in the stores or I compare it to my TV, it's just my picture looks better. But it could be because I'm a nerd and I geek out on that stuff. you got to get away from auto contrast. You got to actually use a little bit of smoothing, but you got to know what you're doing with it. You can definitely make it look like courtroom TV or some sort of documentary. Play with your TV. I hate LGs. I'm saying it. It's and I also hate Apple. I'm a Samsung guy. I have a iPhone 14, my work phone. It's like a dinosaur, man. You can't multitask. You can't do anything. I like to customize everything. Why would I want to have this brick? No LG, no Apple. Next. And I realize I just probably alienated half of my audience by talking about carrying around a brontosaurus bone, this iPhone 14 that just, God, the pictures are fine. It's fine. And then the LG, Life Geek, life's good. I'm just kidding. If that's your TV and you love it, that's great. But if you know what you're doing, you can get a damn good picture. Stay away from Panasonics, I guess. Their 4K players are great. But confession number 3, that's pretty much it. 1, 2, and 3. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the video. You don't care about TVs, you don't care about iPhones, you probably do. I'm sorry if you hate me now. Let's talk 5 movies that I don't think I'm gonna upgrade to 4K or that I don't think need a 4K from me. The first one, Videodrome by David Cronenberg. This movie, for some reason, it's got the VHS right, and you pull this bad boy out. Look at how awesome this is, first of all. If you haven't seen Videodrome, it's awesome. Videodrome rocks. Great movie from Criterion. Criterion does such a good job with the restorations that I'm sure it looks great in 4K. I just don't need it. The whole point of the movie is like VHS, static, glitching, kind of like Blair Witch. I would love new packaging on a Blair Witch movie, and I hate that my Walmart discs are out of sequence, but this is supposed to be VHS. I think it looks damn good. James Woods never looked better in this movie. Grimy, nasty movie. Awesome. It's so gross. This is a great movie. I don't need this on 4K. I kind of like it like this, and I kind of feel that way about Texas Chainsaw too. But because it's one of my favorite movies, you gotta have it. Number 2, Cabin in the Woods. Still got the hype stickers on there. I don't know what it is, but this movie actually just looks really good on Blu-ray. And was the Steelbook, was that a Lionsgate? Was that in 4K? I didn't pick it up because I've always thought that this was a great addition. I love the lenticular. Why am I gonna waste some money on a movie from 2011 that already looks great? Blu-ray, sometimes for a lot of movies you don't need a lot more. And I think this is another version of that where it just looks great. I don't need it on 4K. And it's a pretty decent movie, but not for me. Oh, this is gonna alienate some people. RoboCop, the Steelbook from Arrow. I don't know what it is. I'm an 80s kid. I grew up with RoboCop on VHS. I love RoboCop, and I'm sure the 4K looks incredible. This Steelbook from Arrow, dropping stuff, it looks like it's in 4K. I know it's remastered and everything, or it's a 4K scan, a restoration, if you will. I can't tell. I thought it was in 4K. It looks that good on my TV. Maybe I'll link that down below. But yeah, I don't need this. This looks incredible. I do want RoboCop 2 because I don't have a good version of that. But this thing, banger. Looks like a 10, sounds great. Arrow always crushes it, and I love 4K, I love the format, but do I need anything better than that? Maybe, but I don't think I'm gonna. I think this is enough. It's got the theatrical cut and the director's cut. Killer version from Arrow. This one, the FOMO is real, and I've been really struggling to not buy this on 4K. I talked about it when I went over my collection. I should probably get this in 4K because everybody else did, and it's a muscle. You have to flex that once in a while. I also am not picking up Opera right now. I know that it's going to be amazing, but it's not my favorite Argento, so I'm not buying it. From Frank, is it Henenlotter? Basket case. It's already supposed to be grimy. Is it shot on 16? I forget. This is a 4K restoration from the original camera, negative 16mm. This looks nasty. This looks grimy. This looks how I want it to look. I don't need Belial in 4K. See? You got to keep flexing that muscle. Basket case to me, I don't think I need this in 4K. It looks incredible. This is a great version. A good buddy of mine, Fernie, he's just picked up the 4K. The packaging from Arrow's amazing. I'm sure it looks really good. Black and white always rips. I'm struggling with Night of the Living Dead, the Criterion 2, because black and white looks so good. Like, look at The Lighthouse. Old movies, The Birds, I know that's not black and white, but old movies on 4K always look better. I'm struggling not to buy a basket case, but I don't think this needs a 4K from me. Great packaging, great transfer, looks crazy good. And then finally, this is a reference copy Blu-ray. This will look like somebody just purchased a UHD from Amazon Prime. This is from Scream Factory. This is a Canadian survival horror movie. It's a true story based on a black bear attack. This looks incredible. The black and the grays and the browns in this movie when they're out in the woods, it might as well be in 4K to me. This is from IFC Midnight Backcountry. I'm going to do a full review on it, but this has got one of the best creature feature deaths of all time. The tent scene, you know what I'm talking about if you've seen this. This is a 10 movie already. I love this movie. My wife loves this movie. It makes us not want to camp as much because it's so nasty, but the quality of the picture on this movie, absolutely incredible. Look at that eye sticker. Must see, does for the woods what Jaws did for the ocean. Black bears, dude. And it's got the dude from Texas Chainsaw too. He's kind of a creep. The color, the picture, it's so smooth, but that could be because of the TV and the way that I set my player up. I don't know, but I'm telling you, Backcountry looks like a 4K to me. I'm not upgrading it. That's 5 flicks. I got probably another 5 out there, but I think those already look incredible and I don't need them. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to come back to my normal content really soon where we talk about a movie from the past that I really love and we're going to get all into why. If you notice I didn't swear in this, did I? Damn. Guys, happy to be here. Thanks so much for watching. Do those things at the bottom if you want to. Follow me on social media. Until then, take good care of yourself. See you soon. Cheers.